Hello, beautiful souls. Today I want to speak directly to the part of you that still flinches when certain memories cross your mind. To the part of you that still tightens up, that feels the heart race and the breath get shallow. You know, every time a name, a voice, a place, or a moment from your past resurfaces. And you know that part of you that still allows a certain person to occupy space in your mind, rent-free, even though you've given them eviction notice years or decades ago. Yes, those are the parts that I want to speak directly to today. And I want to tell you something simple yet profound. A day is coming when those memories, though remembered, will no longer hurt. A day when those experiences won't have the power to break your spirit, control your emotions, or weigh down your soul anymore. That day is coming, even if it doesn't feel close right now. And do you know why? Well, because just like the body heals after an injury, well, so does the soul. The soul also heals. So know that healing is coming. And let me share something with you that may help to shift how you look at your pain. Because you see, memories are like scars, right? When we're physically injured, we bleed, we bruise, and we ache. But eventually what happens? Well, the skin closes, the pain goes away, and the flesh heals. And all we're left with is a scar or a mark that reminds us that, yes, in this area, I used to hurt. And yes, here, it used to hurt real bad, but not anymore. Scars are proof of survival. They're silent witnesses to our healing. And so is it with our emotional wounds. Yes, the memory of the pain lingers, some longer than others. Some memories sting more than others. Some visit more frequently. Some feel fresher, even years or decades later. But still, they're healing. And just like scars, those emotional reminders will remain, but not to torment you. They will remain to remind you that you made it through, that you went through something terrible, but you survived. So know that memories, they don't have to hurt forever, because one day you'll be able to touch those memories and feel nothing but strength. And yes, the pain might feel endless right now, but it isn't. It has an end date. I know right now it might feel like the pain will never go away, like your thoughts are on repeat, looping moments that you wish you could rewrite. You replay conversations, regrets, goodbyes, betrayals, losses, wondering if you could have done something differently. You carry that ache in your chest and that question in your heart. Will I ever get over this? Will I ever feel peace again? And my answer to you, from my heart to yours, is this. Yes, you can, and yes, you will. It may not happen all at once. It may not come the way you expect it, but your peace is on its way. Because you see, just as seasons shift without asking our permissions, healing also begins quietly, sometimes invisibly, way beneath the surface, with one breath at a time, with one step, and in one moment, you are healing. Oh, and let me tell you, as you are healing, you are changing also. Because if you were to look back, really look back over your life, you'll see you're not the same person you were when the pain began. Whether the pain was from a broken relationship, the loss of someone you love, a betrayal, or a deep disappointment, doesn't matter. I can assure you, you have changed. Because under close observation or when something triggers those memories, you'll begin to realize how fragile you really are. But you'll also notice that you're also more aware, you're more grounded, and much more wiser. And that shift, those shifts you feel inside of you, oh, that's growth. You may not have noticed it, but the way you think now, the way you're protecting your peace now, the way you set boundaries or learn to say no, these are all signs of wisdom, maturity, and growth. Yes, these are signs that you are healing. You've already changed in ways you might not even recognize. The fact that you're listening to this right now is also proof, because you're now reaching for enlightenment, for clarity, for growth, for freedom. And that, my friend, is powerful. So let me be clear. Memories are not the enemy. What happened to you was real, yes. The tears, the silence, the sleepless nights, the confusion, it all happened. Yes, that part shaped you, but it doesn't have to control you anymore, nor does it have to define your future. Healing isn't about pretending it never hurt. Healing doesn't mean erasing your past, but healing means remembering without reliving. It also means remembering, but not holding on to resentment, guilt, or regret. So you can carry your memories and your peace both at the same time. Yes, you can remember and still move forward. You can look back without getting stuck there. Because healing doesn't mean forgetting. Healing actually means freedom. Sometimes you'll notice your body reacting before your mind understands why. Your chest tightens. You feel anxious, nervous. Your heart races. That's not weakness. That's trauma. That's your body trying to protect itself, trying to protect you. But here's the good news. Your body can one day learn to feel safe again. Your mind can build new meaning around old memories. Your spirit can also rise again, stronger than before. So the goal is not to erase the past. It is to rewrite your response to it, to step back into your power, to realize that you are not the same version of you who was hurt. You've evolved, you've endured, you've matured, and you are rising past surviving to now thriving. So know that you are allowed to grieve and grow at the same time. Yes, you're allowed to grieve. You're allowed to miss the person you were before the pain. You're allowed to mourn the lost years, the stolen time, the innocence, the trust. But you are also allowed to move forward, to rebuild, and to hope again. So know that yes, you can do both. You can cry and still heal. You can feel the ache and still move forward. Because healing isn't linear. Some days you'll feel like you've leaped 10 steps ahead. And other days, you'll feel like you've taken 5 steps back. And guess what? That's okay. That's what it means to be an imperfect human living in an imperfect world. Healing is not a straight road. In fact, it's a winding journey. Sometimes healing takes you uphill. Sometimes it's stillness and rest. But it's also still progress. Sometimes healing is silent, but it's happening. You may not feel it. You may look in the mirror and wonder if anything's really changing. But healing doesn't always shout. Remember that. Healing sometimes, it whispers, like a broken bone fusing itself quietly together in the dark, like the dawn rising slowly before it breaks the horizon. Every time you choose not to reach out and bite back or retaliate in anger to the very person who hurt you, that's healing. Every time you cry and allow yourself to feel the ache, feel the pain, that's healing. Every time you get back up after being knocked down time and time again, oh, that's healing. And let me tell you, one day, oh yes, one day, you will drive by that place, you will hear that song, you'll be reminded of that person even. And instead of panic or pain, you will feel peace. You will smile, not because you forgot, but because the memory no longer haunts you or owns you. And also know that you are not behind in your healing, because there's no race, no deadline, or no competition when it comes to healing. Some people heal quickly, others take years, decades even. And if you feel right now like you are healing, but it's taking too long, longer than you would like it to, know that it doesn't make you less worthy, it makes you human. So don't let anyone else's opinion rush your process. And when someone tells you, just get over it, smile gently and keep going. Because they don't know your story, and they definitely don't know your strength. So they don't get to decide your timeline. They don't get to decide how long it takes you to heal. You are allowed to take all the time that you need to process, to heal, to get up, and to get going. And even when something triggers you, remember, your triggers are not your shame. Your triggers don't make you weak. They are signs that your heart has been opened before, that your heart has been crushed and touched deeply. And your reactions, they show you care, that you once trusted, that you once loved fully. And while things may not have gone the way you hope, there's still beauty in the fact that you were real, that you were genuine, authentic, honest, and brave enough to feel. So if there's still any pain, shame, or regret attached to that pain, let it go. Let go of them, because your healing will one day speak louder than your pain ever did. And trust me on this, one day your healing will also inspire others. One day someone will ask you about your past and you'll talk about it, not with tears, not with shame, not with regret, but with wisdom. You won't speak with shaky hands or shaky voice, but with steady strength. You'll say, yes, I went through that, but I made it through. Your healing will now become a light for others, and your story will be the very thing that gives someone else the courage to begin their journey of healing. Because what once broke you will become your testimony. What once felt like the end will be a beautiful beginning. You will see. You see, you are like a caterpillar who once crawled on the ground, slow, vulnerable, and unseen. But what the caterpillar calls the end of the world, the butterfly calls the beginning. So trust and know deep down in your heart, deep down in your soul, that you are becoming that butterfly. And one day you will soar so high and you will look down at where you used to be. You will look down at where you started and you will realize and say to yourself, wow, I did not stay broken. I did not remain small. I did not stay in my pain and confusion, but I rose up. I rose up. So hold on. Hold on to hope. Hold on to faith. Hold on to yourself, because healing is coming. And one day, the memories that once brought you to your knees will no longer sting. Yes, you'll still remember, but you'll also have peace. You'll still remember, but you'll smile with strength. Oh, you'll still remember those memories, but you will finally be free. Free to live, free to laugh, and free to love again. So let me ask you now, do you think that healing is possible? Do you still believe you have the ability to heal from your pain and your trauma? Do you believe that one day those same painful memories won't hurt anymore? Speaking from experience, I believe one day they won't. So from one human being to another, I believe in you. So you believe in you too. And after you've healed and you have the ability to speak, share your story. Share it with someone else and encourage them so that they also know that they can heal, that they can smile, that they can love again, that they can trust again. And as always, remember that here we don't just think, we think deep. See you next time.